Hi, in this video I'd like to take you through how to add data into the TBO, and once we've had a look at adding data into the TBO, we'll actually go into the TBO system, so the to be ordered system, and take a look and see how it presents. So one of the options is through point of sale, which has been in previous videos, but we'll just do that again. So I'm going to create a customer order, and I'm going to use my test customer, and I'm going to select some products, and we'll select these few products here. And let's forget about the stock on hand and stock on order. We've already got these items, but in the taken column, if we change these items to a T, it'll let us know who the supplier is for that, and we can accept that particular supplier. And in this case, they all happen to be coming up with MITRE 10. So these three items we want to tip into the TBO. So once I click OK, I've got an option here to either put those items direct to purchase order or process them to the TBO. So I'll go with the TBO, and I'm not going to print any documents. We've been there and done that. So that's one way. Another way is that if you happen to be in point of sale, and we can see here we've only got one of these, we might want to top that up a bit. There's a couple of ways that you can go about it. You can go F10 more detail, and then F9 more details. And we've got an option here, option H, to be able to add that item into the to be ordered bucket. So again, we want our staff number, the quantity, and I like to put a comment so the person reviewing the TBOs can actually see that I've put it in there and it's for stock. So once I click OK and I close that and that item will have gone into the TBOs without me having gone into point of sale. So if I pick on this particular item and I'm already in point of sale and I have a look at my stock on hand, I click on the quantity field, F10 more detail, which is the same as the previous screen we just saw, F9 more details, and supplier to be ordered, click OK, staff number, how many we want, and this time I'll put Fred in just to differentiate it. So it's for stock and Fred's put it in there. So we'll just close that all out. So that's, I'll just escape out of that. So that's a few ways to do it through point of sale. The other way is when we're in our products, product maintenance, you need to have access to product alter. Again, we find our product. Let's go with this guy. Same button, F9 more details, F9 more details. I think you get the gist of how it works. Click on that button and go and pop the items into the TBO system. Okay, so that's through the products themselves. Another way to get the items into the TBO system is when we either run a stock replenishment report. We've got an option here to run in report mode and then either add or replace whatever's already in the TBOs with what's on this report. So I won't run that. And suggested ordering is one of the more popular ways. So once again, we can run it for our warehouse items, agency items, direct items. We can run it for a department. We can run it for a supplier. The key thing here is update TBOs. So do not update TBOs just gives us a report and either add to existing or replace existing data. And there is a video on running your suggested order reports. So we won't hone in on that too much. And the third way is, another way is that we can upload data from handheld device scans, PDEs, Sympac goes, Honeywell units, pick up those files and tip them into the TBO. So that's some ways that things get into the TBO. So that's how you can add data. And once we go into our to be ordered system, we can actually, again, if we want to manually find a product, or we can scan a product. So over here, comes in with the supplier and the creditor, quantity of one, so I can change that quantity to whatever I want it to be. It gives me my stock on hand, it gives me if I've got any previous orders, and it obviously selects the supplier and the creditor that's against the master record. Again, I'll just scan an item. So if I'm going to scan an item, so once again, the quantity. So this one tells me they come in multiples of 2. Do I want to use the reorder quantity? Yes. So it's changed my ordered quantity to a multiple of the reorder quantity. So that's another way of getting data into the TBO system. And once we've got our data in the TBO system, we always click OK, and that will save that data. So that's how you get data into the TBO system. I'll just do the last one, load via external device. So this is where we've gone around and scanned all our stuff, and if we've got PDEs, then we need to upload this data. If we have our Honeywell and Sympac goes, there'll be a list that we can select from here, and we just click on the list and click load. In my case, I don't have any lists, so I'll do an upload from my PDE where I've scanned a bit of data, and we'll just set him up and get him ready to go. So I've uploaded what I have in my PDE. I close that, and it's dumped all the items onto the screen based on what I have keyed in. So once again, I like to go to the last line. I obviously click OK to save it. If you don't click OK and you press cancel, what will happen is it'll wipe out all this data. So I'm always in the habit of clicking OK, and that saves the data. So this is all the data now that I currently have in my TBOs. And what we'll do in another video is we'll actually go through and pick some of these suppliers and have a look at them and analyse the data, and then eventually go and create some orders. So I hope that helps you, and thanks very much for watching the video.